to each item. And this is my learning being offered me by Lord Shani. Lord Shani, Saturn, Lord of Karma. There's a wonderful book by David Frawley called The Astrology of the Seers, which has quite a brief but wonderful presentation on the divine nature of each planet. So I'm finding at this time I'm having to dot all the I's and cross all the T's. And I've experienced Saturn-like events and energies. And of course, I find there's been an emphasis in the life areas of the two Saturn-ruled signs in my birth chart, Capricorn and Aquarius. And so far, fingers crossed, looks good. So, what is the nature of the Jupiter-Saturn conjunction? Well, positively, it's patience and achievement through perseverance. Doesn't that sound attractive? It's boom-bust. It's the development of a deeper, more grounded consciousness of objectives. But negatively, and I've certainly felt this, it's emotional tensions and inhibitions. It's discontent. It's lack of self-confidence, dissatisfaction with one's self, as well as with others, and that can lead to quick irritability. And of course it's a divine gift if we can indeed see our faults and minimise our expression of them and maximise instead our positive points, because we are raising our consciousness to become more one with the divine, and so see our earthly self, our earthly egoic self-construction more clearly, and being able to positively work with it under that divine insight and with will. It's similar to the process of individuation in Jungian psychology and Western psychodynamic astrology. But unlike those two, which basically have an egoic focus, describing your egoic self, this Vedic astrology dimension adds in connection to the vastness of the divine, which ultimately is love. Okay, back to Jupiter-Saturn. It's the attainment of far-reaching objectives through perseverance, industry and patience. Okay. It's the patient realization of one's objectives, often in seclusion, working away at them. It's the further development of one's inheritance in this life. It can be happiness in seclusion. And because of the nature of the two of them, it can be changing and fluctuating success. So here's the detail of the present Jupiter-Saturn transit. Jupiter entered Vedic Capricorn on the 30th of March 2020, at which date Saturn was at 6 Capricorn. Jupiter turned retrograde on the 11th of May 2020 at 7 Capricorn. Oh, I'm so sorry, Saturn turned retrograde on the 11th of May 2020 at 7 Capricorn, and Jupiter turned retrograde on the 15th of May at 3 Capricorn. And as I said, if you have a planet close to there, the Jupiter station will have brought you great good fortune. And to a certain extent also, if you have planets at 23 degrees, where Jupiter's stationary now, are the other Earth signs. Jupiter turns direct on the 13th of September 2020 at 13 Sagittarius. And this Jupiter station time will be good for you too, if you have a natal planet close to there. And at 23 degrees of the other fire signs. Now, Jupiter and Saturn conjoin, as I said, on the 21st of December. But do note when this occurs, Jupiter is fallen in low dignity. He was far stronger when he was transiting Sagittarius. So note that Jupiter transits Vedic Capricorn from November the 21st to actually the 5th of April next year, 2021. Now, after that entry into Aquarius, there is a further retrograde into Capricorn, but Jupiter finally leaves Capricorn to be established in Aquarius on the 21st of November 2021. That is the end of Jupiter's transit through Aquarius. These dates are all set out in the accompanying blog if you're finding them hard to take in. So the point is, we all need to use this time to develop deep spiritual understanding of Jupiter and Saturn as planetary energies, but also as gods, as faces of the divine, as filters of the divine energy. So each of us need to get Saturn and Jupiter to work well together. And so we'll reap manifestation of good results because of our expansionary energies, but properly contained in the right strategies and contexts. And so with a discipline that leads to the great gift of Saturn, of Lord Shani, who was originally an agricultural deity, and his great gift is golden reaping. Golden reaping. Especially in the life area that is the sign of Capricorn in our Vedic chart at this time, which house it's in. So, there's more sort of dates about the transit in the blog. And I do want to say a very important thing. At the time when Jupiter isn't in Capricorn, which is like now, but at other times when he drops back into Sagittarius or dips into Vedic Aquarius, and Saturn is alone in Capricorn without Jupiter, then Saturn's energies are unmitigated by Jupiter's blessings. And so we will feel Saturn stronger at those dates. And we could have depression. We could find it very hard going, all that sort of thing. But there's deep spiritual learning about ourselves and the priorities in our life in this incarnation, if we can go with it. And see my separate post, also an add-on to the September Star Wheel Astrology and Healing newsletter about what Pluto does to the mix. Because actually, you have to treat it as a big conjunction. Pluto is conjunct to Jupiter and Saturn at this time. And the energy of Pluto is utterly vast. Do not miss my Pluto add-on. So you can book an astrology reading with me at my Star Wheel Astrology buy page. You can enroll on one of my courses, many astrology courses, in my Master Vedic Astrology courses website. And my wife, Maggie Pashley, offers really wide range of many different types of healings worldwide. And her website is www.maggiepashley.com. And if you like this video, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. So it's been good trying to share this, and I hope it's of value. It's been of value to me to write it and think through the issues, and I hope it's of value and help to you. Thank you.